Hey, Shalom.
All right, first and foremost, before I get started, I'm going to give all honor and glory and power to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Hakwadash. I want to say double honors to our elders, our great apostles, who have Mirastar and GMS, who rule well and teach well, been great example to Israel. All right, man, the elect. I want to say peace and blessings. All right, to the hope of the elect on the four corner, presenting truth and sincerity. All right, the great song that she brought in the bar. I just come to a little quick lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Shai. As you see these two bozos who the Lord gonna destroy, all right, who gonna be caught in that fire, all right, as you see, all right, it's going into homosexuality, all right. Before I start, fair use, all right, not for monetary gain, all right, it's just for information, all right, for those that have ears to hear and eyes to see, to stay way far away from, all right, and condemn. All right, at the same time, stay away from and condemn to judgment. Now, I'm going to play this video. Lord willing, y'all brothers and sisters be edified, while I lay the law down. And one thing about the scripture say, before we get started, it said, lean not to your own understanding. All right, because the true instruction of how to carry yourself in life and how to go about life, all right, it's all commanded by the Most High Yahweh Shema Shai. All right? Lean not to your own understanding, all right, but by what every word of the Most High Yahweh, man, which give you the guide of how to be as a man, it give you the guide how to be as a woman, and the Most High don't tolerate foolishness or bullshit. You see, and Christianity have, watered down the judgment of the Lord. Christianity have watered down the fear of the Lord. And now you have these two bozos saying the shit they saying. Because what? The fear of the Lord was taught by the precepts of man. But the Lord finna come back and slap the shit out of these fucking, these demons, man. Let me play this video, man. Check this out.
I am going on record and homosexuality is not a sin. I am going on record and saying homosexuality is not a sin. I need y'all to hear me. I need to get on the mic on that one. Okay, so stop teaching that, because if someone is addicted to something, those things are destructive, right? Those things are destroying the person and usually the people in the person's lives and all that, because they are consumed by the thing, right? Homosexuality does not do that. And a lot of times the things that are stigmatized around homosexuality are just offshoots and results of trauma and different things experienced by the person, or coping mechanisms by the person because of what they've endured because of who they are, right?
Let's listen one more time, because the shit do not make sense. Let's listen to it one more time.
Homosexuality is not a sin. I am going on record and saying homosexuality is not a sin. I need y'all to hear me. I need to get on the mic on that one. Okay, so stop teaching that, because if someone is addicted to something, those things are destructive, right? Those things are destroying the person and usually the people in the person's lives and all that, because they are consumed by the thing, right? Homosexuality does not do that. And a lot of times the things that are stigmatized around homosexuality are just offshoots and results of trauma and different things experienced by the person, or coping mechanisms by the person because of what they've endured because of who they are, right?
So what is it then? All right, what is it? Because they sure didn't tell you what it was. You see, that's why we got to go into the scriptures. All right? So what is sin? And I got this too on... Let's go into it. What is sin, man? This is, all right, 1 John 3 and 4. It says, whosoever committed sin transgress also the law. For sin is transgression of the law. What law? Where is it written at? Leviticus, all right, 18 and 22. It's stated here in the law thou shalt not lie with mankind as womankind. You see that? It is a what? Abomination. What the fuck he talking about? See, they want to pacify the judgment of the Lord. They want to pacify the order of the Lord. See, the Lord already had it set up and mapped out. Hey, do what you do what you don't do. You do this what you're going to get your ass in trouble. You do that what's going to get you out of trouble. You know what I'm saying? The Lord already had stated that. So Leviticus, it says, thou shalt not lay with mankind as womankind. It is an abomination. You see that? And here it is in Romans. Let's see this. This is Romans 3. All right, and 31. It says, do we then make void the law through faith? The Most High forbid. Yea, we establish the law. We establish the law, statutes, commandments of the Lord. But is it going to save you? No, but it brings favor in sight of the Lord. All right, because how else can a man cleanse his way? You see, how else can that old man be washed away? By taking heed to the word. And the word sure don't tell your ass that you can be gay. The word sure don't tell your ass that you can be, you know what I'm saying, a tambourine player. No. All right, this word is correct you and guide you and put you on the right path. All right, to be accepted of the Most High Yahweh. All right, because being a tambourine player, you are not accepted. You would be destroyed. All right, let's prove that. This is back in Romans 1 and 26. It said, for this cause the Most High gave them up to vile affection. But even the women did change their natural use into the what which is against nature. And that's how you know this is spiritual Sodom. All right? This is spiritual Sodom, as Revelation 11:8 stated. Because what you see going on with the men and women. All right? It said, and likewise also the men's, leaving the natural use of the woman, burning in their lust, got a demon on them. One towards another, men with men, working that which is unseemly. Because when the Most High Yahweh created man and woman, he made to be fruitful and multiply. All right? You can't be fruitful and multiply, all right, same-sex marriage. You know, same sex. You can't be fruitful and multiply. All right? And it says, and receiving in themselves the recompense of their error, which is met. And even as they did not like to retain what? God in their knowledge, the power of your Most High Yahweh in their knowledge, because they know that shit wrong. All right? But, you know, back in the ancient times, they used to get their ass stoned before the congregation. You see that? Everybody in the village, all right, will come and gather a stone and stone that nigga. You see that? And they'll be left for an example that, hey, shit, I ain't doing that. You know? But it's not here in America. See, the Lord judgment is not executed speedily. So it's in the hearts of men to continue to do this fucking evil thing, man. All right? So it says, and even as they did not like to retain the Most High in their knowledge, the Most High gave them over to reprobate mind to do these things which are not convenient. Because it's not meant for man to be with man. It meant for a man to be with a woman. And the Most High saw that and it was good. And then it says, being filled with all unrighteousness, fornication, wickedness, covetousness, mischievousness, full of envy, murder, debate, deceit, all right, malignant, whispering, are backbiters, haters of the Most High, despiteful, proud, boaster, imitors, all right, of evil things, disobedient to parents, and all this is the spirit of those tambourine players. All right? And it says, without understanding, covenant breakers, without natural affection, implacable and merciful. It says, who knowing the judgment of the Most High, that which commit such things, all right? Those that commit such things are worthy of death. Not only do the same, all right, but what? Have pleasure in them that do them. So if you agree or it's okay with you long they don't come your way, guess what? The Lord got a problem with you too. You see that? The Lord got a problem with you if you agree with a nigga or a woman doing that kind of act. You got to be against it. You see that? Because that's all the Lord asks you to what? Matter of fact, let me get that in Revelation. Check this out. This is Revelation. All right, 14 and 12. And it says, here's the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of the Most High and the faith of Yahushua. You see that? So what is the commandments and the statutes and the laws? All right, what make that? Go back to John. All right, what make that 11? This is 1 John. Again, 3 and 4. Whosoever committeth sin transgresseth also the law. For sin is the transgression of the law. These fucking once again, let's listen to Tambourine Player.
Not a sin. I am going on record and saying homosexuality is not a sin. I need y'all to hear me. I need to get on the mic on that one. Okay, so stop teaching that, because if someone is addicted to something, those things are destructive, right? Those things are destroying the person and usually the people in the person's lives and all that, because they're...
You saying that you call about small shot. Bro, been destroyed on every level. You know, diseases. You know, all sorts of things come from these types of acts. You know? So what he's saying is he figured out a way to be sustainable with it. You know? No, the Lord gonna kill these niggas, man. And those in like mind. All right? If homosexuality is a sin, man. All right? These faggots. And then look at this right quick before I end it too. Now I asked on Google, I said, will God, which is the Most High Yahweh, destroy men that sleep with men? It says it's a Bible, all right, specific passages, particularly the Old Testament and the New Testament, contain verses that identify male same-sex sexual acts are sinful or detestable. You can't test this. All right? The Most High Yahweh word says what it says. He's not going to change it. It says, however, the interpretation of the text and how the Most High respond to them varies significantly across different regions, all right, religion, traditions, and denomination today. Now look at this shit. All right, it said conservative tradition and interpretation, right? It said many conservative tradition interpret the scriptures literally, and the very homosexual acts are seen as transgression against God's design, like verses 1 Corinthians 6 and 9. You know, we got the Leviticus, what we just read, right? It said understood to mean that unrepentant individual will face eternal judgment and exclusive from the kingdom of the Most High. Exactly. All right? But it says progressive affirming interpretation. It said many progressive Christians, scholars, and denomination argue. What the fuck? What were we arguing about in the first place? That these passions have been historically misunderstood. Really? This perspective often phrases that the biblical author was condemning exploitative practices such as temple prostitution. All right. My this word is like prejudice or abuse rather than loving, committing relationships. It says focus on grace and love. Many believers across various traditions phrase that the core message of Bible centers of God, grace, redemption, and commandments to love one of our neighbors. Love one's neighbor rather than forcing or specific condemnation. No, what the scriptures say. You see, all this is pacifying, all right, to make their act okay or acceptable. When the Most High Yahweh is going to destroy these people. That's why Babylon the Great going to be destroyed. All right, because what it's going to be left for an example as in Sodom and Gomorrah. What happened in Sodom and Gomorrah? Let's grab that real quick. What happened in Sodom and Gomorrah? This is Genesis, all right, 19 and 32. It says, come, Salaki, Genesis 24, Salaki. And it says, then the Lord Yahweh rained upon Sodom and Gomorrah brimstone and fire from the Lord Yahweh out of heaven. You see that? And what's going to happen to Babylon the Great? He's going to rain fire upon this place. Why? Because it's spiritual Sodom. All right? Isaiah 13 and 19, and I'm going to end it on that. And it says, in Babylon, see that? The glory of the kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldean excellency shall be as when the Most High Yahweh overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. You see how it ties into Babylon the Great, America? It's going to get destroyed in the same fashion. You see? But more epic. All right? So once again, all right, homosexuality is a sin and you will be destroyed. All right? You take part. And even if you agree with it, all right, the Lord going to destroy you. So Lord willing, y'all brothers to edify next time. Shalom, Baba Barbara, Akakim, may the Lord team bless y'all.